Hello, thank you so much for purchasing with Medium Emary. Today we're going to give you a tarot card reading. Your name and info will be confidential. I will only go over your questions, hon, okay? So, I will start the reading off with a prayer, and then from there I will begin your reading. Alright. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. I ask spirit guides and angels of the person I am focused on to reveal to her now what she needs to know in this present time. I ask spirit guides of mine to help me interpret the information to her in the best of my abilities, and that the information that comes through may come through as accurate, specific, and detailed as possible. I am now open to the spirit world, so any spirits that would like to bring in any healing, guiding messages, I am now open. Anything of negative vibration or negative energy is not welcomed in this reading. As I ask to hold on one second. I don't know what that was. One second. I'm so sorry. It was my cat making noises, thought I was gonna open the door, so I'm sorry. Alright, let me go back to that. I asked spirit guides of mine to help me interpret the information the best of my abilities to her, and that the information that comes through may come through as accurate, specific, and detailed as possible. Anything of negative vibration or negative energy is not welcomed in this reading, as I ask to receive any healing guiding messages. I will only receive information from God's higher purpose. Thank you so much. Thank you. Alright, so I have staged the area, and now I will begin tuning into your questions and everything that's happening here. So I am going to do a 10-card Celtic cross spread, which is basically an overview of what you're feeling and what's going on in your life. And then from there, I will go over your questions, hon. Yeah, definitely right now, hon. I'm feeling a lot of worry, a lot of fear, a lot of anxiety. And that's something Spirit does not want you to have, hon. That's going to take a hold over you. And that's what's called talking about anxiety. This represents anxiety, which is just really funny. Yeah, it's going to take a hold over you, and that's like a big part of what's going on with you health-wise as well. But let's start off first with what I see here in the cards for you, and then from there we'll answer your questions, hon. Alright? So basically I do see here there is a money opportunity. I don't know if it's with you or in general with your husband, but know that money's going to be good and money's going to flow well, because it's just showing here money's going to flow well and new opportunity with money's going to come in, and eventually it's going to be a good opportunity. Okay, just know money-wise everything's going to flow and abundance is going to be infinite, and it's going to be flowing for you guys really good as a family. Okay, I'm also seeing here something that has to do with, going to higher grounds, realizing something that's not working anymore. So it can be, like I said, can be purpose-wise, relationship-wise, or just career-wise, or just in general, like you feeling like you can do better, you feeling like, okay, I don't know if this is working for me, what I'm doing, if this is my purpose, all these things. But definitely this card represents you looking for something better, you feeling like this is not really working for me, and I want to try to find something that I enjoy, something that's better. Okay. I also see here, so this represents anxiety, but it also represents recuperation. It represents you needing to take care of yourself and take a break. If it's not physically, emotionally, from everything, from the stress, from the anxiety. I do feel like anxiety and your nerves is a big part of these health things that you've been experiencing. But if anything, I will tune into that in a few minutes. I'm just seeing what the cards have right now, but definitely there's a need of recuperation and a break for you. It's very important, and this will literally make you feel 100% times better, having a break mentally and emotionally from everything you've been dealing with. Okay, hun? I also see strength. There has been a lack of strength because of how you've been feeling, everything you've been feeling internally, externally, and definitely I feel like praying is very important when all this is happening. If you can continue to pray and pray more and ask God and your angels to take away your worries, to take away your fears, and to help you and heal you from all this physical symptoms that you have been feeling. I do see here as well, um, there's a lack of believing in the creativity that you have. All right, so this card represents having creativity, believing in your creativity, and the fact that it's reversed. You're lacking that, and you're not believing in your creativity. Your spirit guides want you to believe in the creativity that you have and just go for it. Like, don't hold yourself back from you creating things, you being creative, you making your own things or doing your own things, like don't hold yourself back from all that creativity that you have stored within you, hun. Okay. I also see again, money wise, you guys are going to be well, you guys are going to be material wealth, well off, established. A lot of money cards are coming in for you guys, which is really, really good. I also see there's some form of boredom. This card represents boredom and just feeling bored with what you have and what you've been going through and all these things. But no, this boredom can be some self-realization, some self-awakening, like you said, like you've been feeling this self-awakening, you've been feeling these changes within you and how you feel about everything. And this is something that's good because it's accessing different points in your consciousness and in your higher self. And you're realizing different perspectives and you're realizing things more. And this will help you be more in tune eventually with your creative side, your creativity that you're lacking because you're not believing in, hun. All right? So know this boredom can be a good thing because it's you allowing yourself eventually to go through with that self-awakening like you've been doing. But don't take it to the extreme where you're completely bored and you like literally don't want to do anything. I feel like this is just something that's actually gonna jumpstart you, okay? And in leading you to your truer purpose. Again, I also see this Queen of Wands, which is a beautiful card. It represents a strong woman, a creative woman. But the fact that it's reversed, it represents you lack that in the sense you don't believe in yourself being this strong, creative woman. I feel like you have that sense of knowing who you are at times, but then you doubt yourself. You don't believe in yourself. You have to have more um, you have to have more self-esteem in yourself and self-esteem in what you can do, um, what you're capable of doing, and when you start having that, definitely everything will just be in alignment and just fall into place for you. Okay, so this is what I see in an overview for you. Definitely your challenges is also this heartache from the past. I think I've told you this in a long time ago in like a reading back then, where you still have that suppression in your heart chakra area and it's still stuck there a little bit, and that's one of your challenges. But with time, that heartache will eventually fade. Okay, so I'm going to go over your questions here, hun. Your first question is, you want to know what could be wrong, if I should go to doctor or will it go away on its own? I feel like you should go to the doctor, okay? I'm going to see here the symptoms that you were telling me and see what I pick up when you said that. Alright, so I definitely think you should go to the doctor, get checked out, because I do feel like it can be something. I don't feel like it's anything serious. I do feel like it's treatable. I just feel like there's something going on with your immune system. Alright, so either it's an immune system thing, um, uh, or it's your nerves. I feel like it's a definite combination, but there's something about I'm picking up with diet and your anxiety, but there's something about your immune system that I'm picking up. So either your immune system is down, like in the sense where you're getting like allergic to certain things, you're eating, or that's why you're getting that lymph. That lymph node is actually created due to certain things that you eat. It definitely all has to do with your immune system, I'm picking up. Your nervous system too. That's why it's affecting your eye and your mouth, and you're getting issues with your muscles. So for me, it's an immune system, nervous system issue that I think it has a lot to do with your diet and what you eat. So pay attention to these things and definitely get it checked out. I don't feel like it's something serious. I just feel like I feel like it's treatable. That's what I'm feeling. But yes, go to the doctor to be on the safe side. I don't feel anything serious, like I said, so there's no worries. I just feel like this is something you have to take care of because it will get worse. Like, you will start feeling aches and pain in different parts of your body if you don't eat the proper foods and take care of yourself properly. I feel like vitamins are needed. I feel like there's lack of nutrition. I feel like you do a lot that you don't realize that you need nutrition because you're so busy all the time. So I would say it's definitely an immune nervous system issue. Um, Definitely see the doctor, um, but it's not serious. So it's nothing serious. And that lymph thing, it comes and goes definitely due to what you eat. My cousin had that once, and it would get swollen from time to time, but it had to do with her immune system and what she ate. And then it would, at some point, with your immune system, it starts affecting your bones and gives you chronic ache or ache in general with like pain and stuff. And how you're experiencing it with your eye and your muscles, that's definitely anxiety and stress. So it's a combination of both. When your immune system's down, your nervous system reacts in very awkward, uh, weird ways because it doesn't know how to fight what's going on, so it reacts like that. So no, it's nothing serious. It's definitely treatable. Okay. Should I do homeschool? Um, I actually, that's a very personal thing. I don't feel like you should. I don't feel like it would be good. Like, I feel like it would be nice, but that's a personal thing. I can't tell you what to do for homeschooling your son, but I feel like with your son, he would do good with being around kids, actually, interacting with children. I feel like interacting with children is really healthy for children in general. Maybe you could put him in a smaller classroom, a smaller room if you're worried about something, or if like he has an issue with learning or something like that, or you want him to be more safe, or you're worried about sending him to a school just yet. But if you do, I do feel like you could wait, maybe like homeschool him for a little bit, but then put him in a school. Because I do feel like he would do really well with interacting with children. I feel like I feel like he would do well with creating human connections, hon, because he has a very strong connection with energy. Like I said, I think this is one of your sons that I said was an empath because I'm picking it up very strongly that he's an empath, and interacting with people would be really interacting with actual humans. It would be really good for him, hon. But no worries, because I do see you homeschooling him for a little bit and then eventually allowing him to go to real school. So my answer to that would be, I don't feel like you should, but I know you're going to because I already see it. I see you doing it for a little bit. So I would say, yeah, do it for a little bit and then put him in school. But don't homeschool him very long because I feel like he needs that human connection. Definitely needs that human connection. All right. I feel like since I've been awakened, what do I do now? How can I find out my gifts and how can I help others? I'm feeling like I have this whole other beautiful world. All right. So, so basically, these are spiritual questions that you're asking me, which is pretty good. So I'm just going to tune into what I'm feeling with you. All right. So I'm feeling a huge connection with you feel like this because you have a lot of past lives, like you said. You have a lot of past lives where you were a star seed, a star person, so you did live on other planets, I feel. And I also feel like you have a strong connection with being, you can't say a witch, but you were somebody that would deal with herbs and you would make potions and herbs with herbs. Like you would make magic with herbs and you would work on a farm. I see one of your past lives, you literally made potions and spells with the herbs you would collect, and you lived on a farm. You were kind of in the Celtic, you could say, involved in that Celtic medieval times, okay? And you did that kind of work, okay? Um, that's another past life that I feel. And you are an empath. You're definitely an empath. That's why your son has that. That's why I'm saying that your son should have human connections because that will actually help him a lot. But you are an empath, and I do feel like you have had star lives, a lot of star lives, but I feel also another past life where it's very strongly coming through where you were involved in the Celtics. Like the Celtics, if you search it up, I think it's in Ireland or Scotland, and you worked with nature and you worked on a farm and you made like spells, potions with herbs, like you did things with herbs, like herb medicine, like medicine and herbal medicine. Okay. Um, you don't talk to yourself in your head. You don't talk to yourself in your head. Actually, we're not alone. The thing is, you like being alone because you're used to the fact of being. Because when you were a star person, you didn't need to talk to somebody physically because they would all speak to each other through light language, through the vibration of light. So the need of having somebody physically next to you wasn't needed because you could just be alone and and you could just be alone and vibrationally communicate with somebody far away, and you wouldn't feel alone. So it's kind of the same thing what's going on now, except that's why I'm telling you prayer is really important. You're not talking to yourself. You're actually, when you feel those moments where you're picking up things in your head, it's because you're picking up downloads of information from different beings that work with you. And I feel like you do have a strong connection to a soul family that is a star family. You could call them aliens if you'd like, that are in a different dimension that exist, and you have connections with them. One second, hon. Alright, sorry, hon. So, well, I'm sorry, my mother-in-law came through the door and I had to pause it. But what I was saying was, last thing, what I was saying was, is that alone feeling you feel mainly. First off, I want to say is like you're never alone. So you're just used to feeling physically alone and enjoying that because of all these star lives that you've lived. Now, what makes you feel even more alone is the fact that the thing is you have this, I feel like this soul family, this soul star seed family that is living right now in a different dimension. And I feel like you have a strong connection with them right now. And that's what has caused you to feel really, really alone because you're not with them and they're not with you. You know, you guys are on different dimensions and different life paths right now. So I know that sounds really crazy, but you've actually connected with them, I feel like, in dreams without you knowing, and I feel like you've seen them before when you were small, when you were younger. Okay? So know this. This is another reason why you felt very alone and you felt so connected to the sky, because that you have been a star person in different past lives. But especially, you have this soul not star seed, but star family that is existing now in a different dimension, different life path, timeline, and you're not with them right now, so it's something that you miss them, and you don't feel like you're home right now. And no, that's because of that. I know that sounds crazy, but that's what I'm picking up right now. Okay, so you have those past lives, and that soul family I'm talking about. No, you still have a connection with them, and you can connect with them in your dreams, and you could ask to connect with them in your dreams. If you search up, I feel like you have a strong connection with the alien race of definitely uh, Pleiadians. Search that up. There's a strong connection with you with the Pleiadians. Search it up. It's a race, an extraterrestrial race that I feel like you have a connection with, and I feel like that you lived those past lives as a Pleiadian. Okay, um, but know that, and know also you've had a past life where you were like in the Celtic times and you did like herb medicine, hun. Okay, with all these things, what you can do is definitely learn to find ways to be in the now. Be in the now and enjoy each and every little moment that you have. I feel like if this is the case, I feel like then you should find ways to be at service and heal people. Now, what I mean by heal people, help people with, I don't know, you can make things and give people things. You can make food. I don't know if you like cooking, but I do see like maybe you can give food to the homeless people. Maybe you can be a life coach and bring awareness, but I definitely see you healing people. I definitely see you healing people and helping people and being at service to people. And if you'd like, maybe you can volunteer. I even see you eventually wanting to write a book. You could write a book about self-awakening and waking up and realizing and seeing a perspective of life. I see you writing a book or just writing something eventually. Okay? I know it will take time, but this is something you could probably do in your spare time when you do. Write a little bit, maybe a paragraph a day, paragraph every 3 days. But I see you eventually writing something about this. But I feel like your purpose is to be at service and to heal people, be a mom and a military wife, but your main purpose as well is to heal people and be at service and bring awareness. I feel like you want to bring that awareness, and you're loving all this and the spiritual awakening, and you want to learn more about it and help people and let people know. And I feel like healing people with these kind of things would help. Like I said, volunteering or just doing things that's going to help humanity. But I see something with writing, and you writing something about your experiences with the self-awakening and spiritual awakening and things like that. There's a lot of things to dive into, but I definitely feel like a way for you to dive into this and using this is to be at service, and heal and help people in whatever possible way that you can. And I feel, again, you're going to write about it. I feel like you are. If it's not going to be an actual book, you're going to write it for yourself, or write things and keep a diary or something, or keep a diary of your experiences or your gifts or visions that you pick up in your dreams. Know you have a strong connection with these, you could call them star people. They're with you, and I feel like you're eventually going to write about them too. I know that sounds super weird, but if you'd like to access them more, definitely go into meditation or ask them in a dream. But know before, always say, I want to be protected with the white light of protection. Definitely search up the Pleiadian race. I think you'll connect with them very much. And I'm going to, let me see here if there's anything else that you said. I think that's it. But it's a very interesting reading, and I very much enjoyed giving you all this information that I was picking up. You feel things deeply and take them personally because definitely you're an empath. And you're, like I said, you're a star person. You feel things on a different level that we human beings can't feel. I'm a psychic too, so it's like you being an empath, you do have psychic gifts as well, being so sensitive and feeling things so personal. But it's mostly because you're a star person. You've been more of a star person in many lives, and you could just feel things on a different level, hon. And that's not a bad thing. That's a gift. That's an honor. That's an honor to be able to feel compassion to that degree, and use that compassion to heal, be at service, write about your experiences, write a book. I feel like you could do a lot with that, and you could go far with that, hon, okay? Don't be afraid of your creativity. And find that information about the Pleiadians. Like I said, Pleiadians is spelled P-L, a P as in Paul, L as in Larry, E as in elephant, D as in Derek, I as in igloo, A as in apple, N as in Nancy, and S as in Sam. Search them up and you'll see some information there, hon, okay? I'm going to leave you with that, hon. I very much hope you enjoyed this reading, and it was a pleasure being able to give you a reading again. Lots of love from the heaven above. Don't worry about this doctor thing. Again, it's nothing serious, but I do feel like you should check up with a doctor. I just feel like it has to do with something of your nervous system and your immune system, like an immune thing where you're like allergic to certain foods, or you can't eat certain foods with certain things, and then your anxiety and stress is just kind of tripling it up. But I do feel like this is treatable and it's not serious, hon, okay? Just pray tonight and pray and ask your angels and God to be with you, and that everything will be okay. And you ask for healing energy and healing light, and I'm sending you lots of healing light your way to feel better, hon, okay? Alright? Lots of love, many blessings. Bye now.